Hello, welcome. I am Jo and today I'm going to show you how to make this phone wristlet. All the cutting instructions and material will be placed in the description. Interface your pieces and let's begin. First, take the lining and the exterior pieces, place them together and we will round the top edge. You can use anything round, plate or bowl, whatever you have. Take your marking tool to make the mark and then use your scissors to cut out the excess. This doesn't have to be a deep round or anything of the sort, just to give it a bit of shape, because that top edge will be the flap. So this is what the two pieces should look like at this stage. Now take your two pocket pieces and you will fold them in half widthwise. You will sew across the fold at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. This piece is the back pocket piece, and as you can see, the interfacing is only halfway. So after sewing the 1/4 inch down from the folded edge, you will set the back pocket aside and we will work on installing the magnetic snap to the front pocket piece. So we will be installing the female half of the snap. So fold your piece in half to find the center. And then we will measure down 2 inches from the fold, and at this point is where we will place the snap. So take your ruler and measure. Make a mark with your marking tool. I'm using an erasable pen. Take the disc from your magnetic snap and you will mark the area where the prongs will be. So position this disc, the center middle, over the mark that you made, and then make the marks for the prongs, like so. Take your seam ripper and you will make holes so that you can place the prongs through. Do not make these holes too wide because you want your magnetic snap to fit snugly. So place your magnetic snap from the right side through to the back. Place your disc on and you will use your scissors or anything you have to fold the prongs over itself. Some people would fold them out, but I prefer to fold them in. So this is your magnetic snap in place on your front pocket. Now take the back pocket, which is a narrower piece, and your lining piece, and line them up, matching the bottom and the side edges. You will sew along the sides and the bottom using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and now you have a pocket. Now let's install the male half of the magnetic snap. You will mark from the top rounded edge in the center, down from the center 1 inch, and this is where you will place the second half of the magnetic snap. Repeat all the steps as shown in the previous section. That is, take your seam ripper, make the holes for the prongs, place the magnetic snap through the holes, and turn the prongs inwards. And before you put on your disc, you will take a piece of interfacing or fleece and place it over the prongs, and then put on the disc. This will help to stabilize the fabric. To take your steam iron and press the interfacing so that it will adhere to your fabric. You could have done this step as well for the first part of the magnetic snap. So this is where you have your front pocket piece complete. Now sew along the edges with a 1/8 seam allowance just to hold everything together. Measure in from the both sides 1.5 inch, and at this point you will fold. So fold your fabric piece backwards away from the snap. Make your crease. You can take this to your sewing machine and sew along these long edges using a 1/8 seam allowance to hold the folds in place. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Now take the previous pocket piece, and now you're going to place the front pocket over this, matching the sides and the bottom. You will only sew along the sides using 1/8 seam allowance. So pin these in place, and then you will take this to your sewing machine and stitch, and this will complete both your pockets. So this is what it should look like at this stage. Okay, if you like this video so far, make sure and give it a thumbs up, and for more content like this, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. Now we're going to make the strap and the strap tab. Now fold your pieces in 4 as shown and press. Repeat for the strap. Okay, and you will take your swivel hook and place your fabric piece through the swivel hook. Open up the folds and match the short edges, right sides together. You will take this to your sewing machine and sew across using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now open up the seam and smooth it out, and you will refold your strap piece. Once you've done that, you will now sew along the 2 long edges to secure. You can also put some stitch lines all over the strap piece for stability if you like, or as for decorative purposes. Okay, so it should be like this, refolded, and you will go around the 2 sides using about 1/8 from the edge. The snap hook close to the seam that you created and sew across about 1/2 inch down from the snap hook, and that will complete your wristlet strap. You will place the D-ring through the strap tab and sew across. Now as you can see, I have 2 D-ring tabs because I want the option of wearing a crossbody strap with this bag. So you will place them on the first pocket just above the front pocket and sew them in place. Now take your exterior piece and place it right sides together with the pocket section, matching all edges, and you will pin. Make sure to leave about 3 to 4 inch opening, and you will use that to turn your bag right sides out. After you've completed sewing your pieces together, you will now take your pinking shears or whatever scissors you have and trim the excess. Make sure not to cut close to the opening. You will turn your bag right sides out, and you can take it back to your sewing machine and sew around using 1/8 seam allowance to close the opening. And your bag is now complete. You have a cute little cell phone wristlet or crossbody bag if you wish to use it as a crossbody bag. So install your wristlet strap, and you can pack your cell phone, pen, a little book, cash card. A good bit of stuff can fit into this bag.